Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. My name is Dylan James, and I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. And in today's podcast, I am going to talk you out of your emotional spiral that you may be experiencing right now. I saw a comment on my channel earlier today about somebody that reacted wrong and not wrong. Okay, when I say wrong, you have to really see here. We want to transcend judgment and recognize that how you are reacting and responding to your reality is coming from the subconscious beliefs that you're holding about yourself and in relation to whatever this thing is that you are creating. So the reaction that you give that is perceived to be quote and unquote wrong is unconscious. It's just manifesting because of your belief system. So the moment you can release the judgment around that and stop making yourself feel bad, that is going to be the first step where you shift out of this mental spiral and stop creating the undesirable things in your reality, okay? Now, past that, what I want you to really recognize here is that you can change things instantaneously as long as you get the correct beliefs in place. So look at what has gone wrong and ask yourself, what belief caused this to manifest this way? What within myself is unresolved that caused this to unfold this way? Remove the judgment for how it unfolded. Look at it as a learning experience and ask yourself, what is that belief? The moment that you remove the judgment and you actually can identify the belief, start affirming in the new belief. You should feel a shift within yourself if you correctly identify the belief. Now, the key here is after you shift yourself, stop focusing on it, okay? Forgive yourself and let it go. Really, things can change instantaneously the moment you actually shift your state of being. So please, 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 please do not be hard on yourself if you're in a situation right now or you repeated a previous pattern that you are working on changing. Okay, this is where you have to see that in order to get what you want from life, in order to be able to successfully manifest, you have to give yourself unconditional love. You have to be unconditionally forgiving with yourself, like a parent to a child. So when a child makes a mistake, they make a mistake because they do not know better. And a parent should not come in and make them feel bad for that. It's the same thing that's going on here. When you do not have beliefs in your subconscious mind and your state of being that are working for you, you're acting in a way because you do not know better. It's coming from your foundational belief system. If you judge yourself for it or make yourself feel bad, you're going to perpetuate it. So please, please, please recognize that you can forgive yourself and let this go, and it can change. Think about it. There's so many people that get into these kind of ugly situations and then they end up like apologizing and taking ownership and growing from it and grow together even closer. This is something that I want to say here too in regards to relationships. And I was actually talking to Adam about this yesterday, my boyfriend. If you have a relationship that is always happy 24/7, like that's great and I don't want to knock that, but there's going to be times where you disagree, where you have different values or you just think differently. And if you always respond during those differences as though like it's over and oh my gosh, this is horrible, we're not agreeing, what happened here, we're not understanding each other, that is coming from a limited belief of not believing that you're going to be able to work through things and get to the understanding and the space where you can grow with your partner and this is regard to working relationships, loving relationships, friendships, all that. Okay, so you really should not get into a space where when you do something, make a mistake, or you don't act properly, or you kind of create something negatively in your life. You should not get into the space where it feels like it's the end of the world and there's no recovery from this. If you're feeling that way, you have a limiting belief that is causing you to show up and feel and perceive from this space. You need to change that belief because relationships, friendships, all of these things, they grow deeper through the contrast. So you need to form a self-concept that can go through the contrast and know that it's going to be okay. That actually through this contrast, you're going to be able to understand the people around you on a much deeper level that enriches the friendship and enriches the relationship. But if you hold on to the mistake and you victimize yourself and you make yourself feel bad and you judge yourself and you feel like it's never going to change and you have to constantly apologize, the reason you're doing that is because you're not forgiving yourself. You're judging yourself and you're being way too hard on yourself. And then what happens is when you interact with this person again, because you have not moved on, because you have not identified the belief, you keep bringing the circumstance up and recreating it, right? Oh, I want to talk about this. Can we please talk about this? I'm so sorry that I did this. They probably already forgave you and let it go. You need to let it go, okay? And you actually really, really need to let it go and change this belief and understand how to do this, because it's going to help you so much. So if you have made any mistakes or you have kind of regressed into a previous pattern, please don't make yourself feel bad for it, okay? It's happening unconsciously. Do not judge yourself. Just look at what occurred, identify the belief that manifested this, change the belief, explain yourself if you need to, apologize one time, and if the person says they accept your apology, leave it there. They accepted it, accept it. Don't continue to feel bad. Don't continue to dwell. And honestly, you're not going to continue to dwell or feel bad if you change the belief. It's going to be a learning process. So turn your mistakes into blessings by learning from them, okay? That's how you enrich your life. Do not victimize yourself or feel bad for it. You're human. This is a growing process. You need to go through the growing process. You need to ride the wave of it, okay? And just do it in a way where you're holding yourself accountable and you're aware of what you're thinking and how you're showing up and how you're behaving, because how you're thinking, showing up, behaving, perceiving is a direct, instant manifestation of where you are in your subconscious mind. If you can look at all that stuff and change the belief, the behavior, the perception, and how you're showing up is going to change. And it's going to show the people around you that you have a really amazing way of self-regulating your emotions, taking ownership, and growing through the challenges. That is what is going to make you attractive. That is going to be where you make circumstances completely powerless and you're able to persist through everything. But if you dwell in feeling bad or you allow yourself to get frustrated, you're going to stay there. If you need help with this, please get anybody to help you. Even if it's a therapist or a close friend, somebody that knows how beliefs work, get anybody to help you. You should not be struggling to the point of complete meltdown, okay? We need to get in before you have a complete meltdown, because it does not have to be that hard. And my heart goes out to you, because I know that when you're in these moments, it can feel really, really difficult and you can get really emotional and feel like there's not a way out, but there is. So please do not allow yourself to go to that space, please, all right? I love you all so much. You got this, you can do it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.